It is time to talk weather once again with meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining me here in the studio. Probably a little bit warmer in the studio, Thomas. It looked chilly outside tonight.
Much warmer in the studio, but I'll tell you what, those earmuffs that I have make a huge difference when I'm outside.
Yeah. Hey, look, my drive back to work for my dinner break tonight on the South Hill, it was icy, man. It's not going to go anywhere, right? Because it's so cold.
You know, I tell you what, just kind of from pulling everybody around the newsroom who live in different places across town in our metro area, it seems like Regal Street is probably the worst of all the arterials in town. The South Hill did get more snow than Northtown or even downtown, so those cold, icy roads that did not get plowed or treated are still going to be like that for tomorrow morning. It is super cold out there for tonight. We are under wind chill advisory, so when you take the temperature and the winds combined, we start getting those feels-like temperatures. The wind chill down well below zero. This is where we're sitting at right now. Feels like 7 below in both Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint right now. Feels like -2 right here in Spokane. And as we look at the forecast for wind chills tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., probably around -10, close to -15, because those winds are still going to be very strong, very feisty, pretty much all day tomorrow, and they'll back off heading into Wednesday, but still feeling like, again, -4, -10, -11, certainly very much possible for the next 2 mornings, which is where our wind chill advisory is in effect through. Big dome of cold air right over the Pacific Northwest, but what's really hurting us is we have a northeasterly wind, so it's drawing from the coldest portion of this air mass and putting it right into the inland northwest. So when we get those northeasterly winds, we know that's drawing from the coldest possible air. Colder than when we get a westerly wind, which usually comes off the ocean. So our winds tomorrow morning still at around 15 to 30 miles per hour. Same story by the afternoon. So even daytime wind chills probably in the single digits most of the day. Looking at Wednesday, now we start to see the winds calm down quite significantly. So just 2 mornings of some very, very cold air, and then things will settle and start to recover from there. So yes, air temperatures as low as 4 degrees above zero, but wind chills could be in that -5, -10, maybe down to -20 in some of the most extreme cases. But notice how our high temperatures don't even get above freezing until Friday, and even just barely on that day. So the snow that's on the ground right now, that's staying on the ground all week long, but we're not adding any more snow. In fact, the mountain passes will be clear for the next couple days. I have a dry 7-day forecast, but again, with temperatures below freezing, the snow's just going to stick around. So if it's still icy on your street, in your parking lot, on your sidewalks, it's going to stay that way for the next several days. And with those temperatures as cold as they are, the traffic is not going to melt any of that away. So still be cautious tomorrow morning.
Yeah, my goodness, those overnight lows. Geez, 4 degrees.
And make sure everybody's bundled up. I know the kids can get a little bit too excited and maybe head outside without hats or gloves, but it is so important this time of year.
Yeah, always good advice right there. Thomas, thank you very much.